Hello everybody, this is Red Sides here. I'm doing an intro like Markiplier, so let me do it again. Hey everybody, my name is Red Sides and today we are doing another what if, and this what if is called What If Belle Was a Titan. So yeah, I haven't uploaded in like 3 months or something, and I know it's a bit late right now, so yeah. So my mic quality is much better. My voice might have gotten deeper, more or less. And yes, without further ado, let's get into this what if. I don't know if I'm going to add an intro or not, but still, start the intro if there is none or nothing at all. Who knows? So, let's go. Hopefully I didn't waste your time. Right, into the what if. I'll be back soon, said Zeus to Belle as he headed into the distance, disappearing into the fog. A few days later, Belle heard knocking on the front door. He jumped out of his seat and rushed to the door, hoping that was his grandfather. Belle was not greeted by his grandfather, but rather by a man who had a frown look upon his face. Belle, disappointed that it was not his grandfather, but he still asked the man a question about how he was feeling, out of worry for him. Are you okay? I'm sorry to bring you this news, but your grandfather, he died. For a mere second, the whole world had frozen and Belle's sweat dropped to the floor, and Belle dropped to the knees, and Belle dropped to the ground on his knees. It can't be, Belle muttered. Why did this happen to me? Belle cried his heart out as the man left him alone. Belle felt loneliness, sadness, anger, hatred, and emptiness in his heart. Belle didn't want to feel this pain of losing someone again. He fears his pain and locked himself in the house. Some of the people in the village heard about what happened to Belle and they felt pity and dropped by to leave him some food, for he was only 12 years old, and sometimes they even asked him if it was alright and if he needed anything. One day, while Belle was looking around the house, he stumbled upon an old book telling the story of a hero. Belle read this book and he looked around the house to see if there were more books about heroes, and he found more and more. The living room was littered with books. Belle read them all. Belle admired the heroes for their bravery to face evil straight and to handle anything without looking back and regretting anything. One night, Belle had a dream, and he dreamt about his grandfather telling him something. Belle, I don't want you to be held back from being what you want to be because of my death. Don't be afraid. Be courageous. Get stronger to protect those you connect with. Now, free yourself. Belle awoke in the cold sweat as he cried and cried and cried. And then he promised to get stronger and accomplish his dreams to make his grandfather proud in the heavens. In Belle's heart, a flame began burning bright and brightly with each passing day. It grew stronger and stronger, and Belle unlocked the skill, Heroes Rising. And I will explain to you what this skill does. It basically massively increases his Exalia boost, which is basically experience in the Don Monkey world. Now let's get back into the story. Afterward, Belle started to train, and he began to study about being an adventurer in the dungeon and the guild. Belle trained his endurance, agility, strength, dexterity, and whatever he could for 2 years straight without any rest. Belle trained excruciatingly hard and it paid off. He was able to hunt food for himself, learn how to cook, learn how to smith, enchant weapons, and many more skills due to his dedication to training. Belle decided it was time to set off and travel to Orario, the land of adventurers. He said goodbye to everyone in the village. This hurt Belle's heart to say goodbye, but he had to. During his journey to Orario, he encountered two people who were also heading towards Aurora, and they joined Belle. And all of them became good friends, telling stories at night and hunting together. The journey took 1 week, and so they finally reached the front gates of Aurora. The trio lined up by the gates of Aurora to enter the city. Soon after, they tried asking people to join their familias. The adventurers only wanted to accept Belle and only him. Belle refused if he couldn't be with his friends in the same guild. They tried searching for a few more days until finally, they encountered a short girl wearing a white dress. "Do you want to join my familia?" asked the girl. "Yes!" They all shouted in happiness. "Thank you so much for accepting all of us." And so, the goddess Hestia formed her familia. They all went to Hestia's home where she gave all of them her fauna. They all had unique skills and stats, but Belle, when he gained his fauna, he was already at level of 2 for some unknown reason. He had S in all of his status, and he had 3 abilities: Heroes Rising, Realis, Heavy Weapon. Hestia and the group were shocked and amazed. "You are so lucky," said Troy, one of the family members. "Yeah, you truly are," agreed Kai, the other familiar member. They all laughed in unison. The 3 friends headed towards the guild office to register as an adventurer, to be finally permitted to enter the dungeon. And they met their advisor, Aina Tul, a 19-year-old elf. Aina advised the two beginner adventurers, Troy and Kai, but Belle simply ignored all of her sayings completely, like they were irrelevant or he already knew them. Aina, slightly annoyed from being ignored by Belle, questioned, "Are you even listening, Belle?" "No, not actually," Belle replied with a smirk. "I already know this stuff. I've been preparing for 2 years. 2 years. Fine. If you think you know so much, go ahead. Get yourself killed. Not as if I care," Aina declared as she stumped towards her workplace. The trio headed towards the dungeon, starting at level 1. They easily sliced through the monsters and evenly shared the magic stones to not over-encumber themselves. They reached level 9 of the dungeon, and Troy and Kai began losing stamina with each passing fight. Their breath got heavier and heavier. Belle noticed how tiresome his friends were and decided for their safety that it was time to stop and go back home to their goddess. They ascended the flight of stairs to the surface. They then headed to the guild office to exchange their magic stones, and they earned 32,000 Valley. The trio reported to Aina what happened in the dungeon. "Level 10? What were you thinking?" angrily questioned Aina. "Well, we survived, didn't we?" stated Belle, Troy, and Kai, and agreed. "Don't blame me if you got killed the next time you enter the dungeon," declared Aina as she crossed her arms and looked away My lord, I can't see anything. Sorry about this disruption. Okay, let's get back to the story. Declared Aina as she crossed her arms and looked away from Belle. The trio laughed heartily from her reaction. It was quite hilarious to them. They headed towards their home where Hestia was, and the day ended. The next day, Belle went to the dungeon alone, letting his friends rest from yesterday's dungeon. So Belle ventured into the dungeon, and surprisingly, he reached level 13 without problem. He earned himself 25,000 Valley, and when he looked at the board, he saw his name, and it was reported about how Belle was at level 2, although he just started yesterday. He had a surprised look on his face and shouted, "What? 1 month and had passed, and Hestia's family had grown massively. They gained themselves 5 new members and a new base thanks to Belle, Kai, and Troy's hard work. One day, while Belle was training the new members of the Familia, something went wrong. Something was coming their way. Something big. It was a Minotaur. "Why is a Minotaur on level 5? Shouted one of the new members in fear. Belle immediately rushed towards a rampaging Minotaur. Belle unsheathed its dark, heavy blade and sliced the monster in half, killing it in the process. Ice rushed towards the scene, ready to kill the monster, only to realize Belle had already eliminated it, and quite easily as well. "Thank you for handling the Minotaur," stated Ice to Belle. Belle had a warmth within his chest when he saw Ice. Not a problem," answered Belle hesitantly, along with his family. As he, along with his family, headed to the surface. Belle told the new members to head back to the base. Belle went towards the guild office to report what happened today, and exchanged the magic crystals that the family had earned for the day. Belle headed towards Aina to ask her something of importance to Belle at least. Belle asked Aina about Ice Wallenstein. "Oh, so you've fallen for her?" teased Aina. "Well, yeah, you can say that," replied Belle, scratching his head while blushing. Aina explained to Belle who Ice Wallenstein is. "So, she's also the strongest in Aurario?" questioned Belle rhetorically. "Another challenge!" And finally, Belle was about to ask the million values question. "So, does she have a partner?" asked Belle eagerly. "From what I've heard, no." Belle sighed in relief as he was oozing with excitement. "But at the same time, she might have a partner who she's kept a secret," mentioned Aina. Belle, hold on, I need to track this. Belle's excitement went straight down to a wormhole never to be seen again. Belle was about to head out and say thanks to Aina, but she said, "But you know, girls are attracted to strong, reliable men." This cheered up Belle as he thanked Aina and headed straight home, telling her that he loves her. Aina blushed at her co-workers as her co-workers cheered this on. Okay. Okay, right. "Maybe I was too easy on him," questioned Aina to herself. Belle reached the back to the familiar home as he was greeted by a hug from Hestia. "Welcome home, Belle." "Sorry, my god," exclaimed Hestia with joy. Tonight was Belle's turn to get his status updated. Hestia gasped in shock as she saw Belle's new skill, Phrealis Reese. Okay, we shall pause the what if here and I'll explain to you what his Phrealis Reese was before and what his Phrealis Reese. Actually, no, it wasn't Phrealis Reese. Let me see. Alright. You see, what I'm trying to do here is that... Alright. Actually... No, we're not gonna say he had Phrealis Reese. Scratch that. Okay, Hestia gasped in shock as she saw Belle had leveled up. "What is it, goddess?" This Belle questioned. "Oh, you just reached level 3, responded Ed to Hestia as she finished with updating Belle's status. And this news had literally just blown up on their literal, and this had just blown up. How do I explain this? Okay, this just had their familia had actually all the rest of it is unscripted, so I'm gonna have some trouble. Rest of the familia were were cheering Belle on like congratulations and congratulations Belle on reaching level 3, said most of the familia. Yeah, and in order to celebrate his achievement, the Troy and Kai, along with some other members of the Familia and Hesty, headed down the tavern to have a celebratory dinner for the completion of no, a celebratory dinner for the completion of today's of training the training newbies and also Belle's level up. And that is where I will be ending this what if. So if you did enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button. If you did like this, that is all wrong. My lord. Okay, I'll do that again. So if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button down below. And if you're on my channel, please subscribe. And in order to get uploads from me, which is very rarely, but I hope I can do something about it, so hit that notification bell and join the Farsight squad. And also I will you know that channel I've just posted on my YouTube. Hold on, let me check this. On my YouTube, the featured channels, my friends, well, one of them I think is hold on, let me check. Let me see if it's actually there. Okay, so you will go to my so go check out my channel and check out the I will okay, once I upload this video, I will put in my featured channel to our friends. I will put in the group channel that me, Shisui Entertainment, and Amaterasu's Anbu will be posting group what ifs in, where we work together to do what ifs. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next video, or the previous video which I uploaded before this, and bye bye.